hang on. Right. In a minute. You'll remember Jilty John. I've been going out with her. Did you remember Jilty John?
I did.
Right, now then, those are
I'm Steve, and my other half is Nicola. We come from Wigan originally. I'm from Bury.
A lovely, sunny, warm Indian summer sort of day. It's the weekend. Nice time.
I've had an absolutely lovely time. A perfect way to spend a lovely summer's day. Don't care if it is September.
Before we show you, will you guess what rope has broken and what we're fixing? I bet they can't guess, can they? It's a very, very, very still Sunday morning here at the nurseries. We're actually on a walk. So the rape field opposite us, if you remember the other day, it got the muck spreading all done on it. And if you look over here now, the ploughing has started. And if you look in the distance, I don't know if you can see, the combine harvesters and tractors are out still bringing in the harvest from some other fields. And then the other wheat field next to it, that was harvested 2 weeks ago now. So we've got another calmish day today, but we're starting now to work out our schedule of jobs to do over the next several weeks with Mark. So we spent some time yesterday on one single pitch doing quite a bit of work on it, putting in the Astro Turf and weeding and things like that, and then we have got quite a big task with some back hedges, so we're going to be doing that. Yeah, see what today brings, but it is peacefully still at the moment. And Sandra and Hannah are up in a couple of days for the weekend coming up. So I've not seen Hannah since came away February. Do you remember we went down to Cornwall, those that were watching the vlog? So yeah, she's meant to be coming up, and possibly one of her friends as well, which we'll wait and see. Get today started. I did get out yesterday. All the jerry cans are all filled up. Filled this one up yesterday. So a day of, well, not a day, more of an afternoon. So it'll be after the showers, 11:30 onwards, 12 o'clock onwards. A day of graft coming up. Right, so I've just done a pod turnover. Put the cushions back into inside, and we have a couple of chairs which I'm going to tuck around the back here. And then yesterday I did mow pitch 29 and the back of the lodges, and I'm going to now lock up here. Now this dew's gone and people are out of the pod, quickly give this one a quick mow as well. Oh good grief, I need to get a cloth. Dirty pigeons coming up. Right, let's double check I've cleaned everything in here and everything's all nice and tidy. Should be. All spruce. Yeah, get the Husqvarna out now. Right, that's all the pod all mowed. If you've not seen the pod before, that's what it looks like from the outside. Quite popular. Nobody in it for a couple of nights now, and I think it's Wednesday, Thursday. I think I've got somebody in for 4-5 nights, something like that. And so, grass box to empty, and start getting tools out for this afternoon's work. Oh, we've had people on pitch number 15. You've had to go a day early for work. Sorry about that. Never mind. Hope you had a good couple of nights with us anyway. Hang on. Right. In a minute you can say hello. Not yet. Right, so I keep calling him, it's Craig, isn't it?
Craig, yeah.
I've got his name, I keep calling him Craig. Gordon.
Graham,
not Gordon.
Graham before, no, it's Craig.
Is Gordon a moron? those of a certain age will remember Jilted John. I've been going out with a. Did you remember Jilted John?
I did.
Right, now then, those of a certain age, if you went out and bought Jilted John, what was the B-side to Jilted John?
Oh, I don't know.
I can't remember.
Oh, I don't know. What is it? Gordon moron.
No?
It was.
If my memory serves me correctly, and somebody out there tell me if I'm right, it was Going Steady.
Oh.
So he's got Jilted John's on the other side, so he gets jilted. He's going to be. In fact, that song's not very politically correct with the lyrics anymore, is it? I can't even. I better not recite the lyrics. But the B side, he gets a woman and he starts going steady, and it's a very jolly song, Jilted John.
Was that the B side, not the A side then?
No, the A side. Oh, don't get me going. Right. So we had a quick moment with you in the cafe day before yesterday, didn't we? Well, before I go into that, give an introduction on who you are and give your YouTube channel a plug.
It's Craig and Julie from Sometime Later Motorhome Travels and Max the dog.
Hello, Max the dog. Hello, Max. You're a very friendly dog, aren't you? Yep.
Yeah, so we travel all over the UK and the EU, wherever we can, and we just vlog as we go. Sometimes they're good, sometimes not so good, but you know, just stick with us. Like, subscribe to our channel.
Brilliant. So we were in the cafe, and obviously they're not familiar with this area and sort of looking for things to do and everything, and are saying, "Oh, you've got to have the Ingermells experience." Yeah. So those who've not been round here before, you've got a place called Mablethorpe, which is like a seaside area, but it's not mad busy, but it's busy. You've got Skegness, which is a full-blown tourist seaside, and then you've got this place called Ingermells, sort of just before Skegness, and it's time for me to go because I've got to go and do a checkout. I'll be back in a moment. Now you know why I get 10,000 steps in, don't you? Yeah, you're looking all the way up there, back here, up and down I go like a right doggy. Yeah, so Ingermells is an experience. I call it the Benidorm Strip. It's especially at night. It's all neon lights, and there's karaoke bars and arcades and a fun fair, and
it's crazy there.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy, but interesting.
There's stalls for every taste. Yeah, mostly bad
so
taste.
I believe it markets itself as being Europe's biggest 7-day market, and I think there's 415 market stalls there, and the market stalls are inside the fun fair.
Yeah. It's quite undoing when you've got a roller coaster just going right over your head. Just when you do the bit of shopping.
It's something else, isn't it?
Yeah, the dog scarp and you go.
Yeah. But there's some quality crap shops there, though, isn't there? I mean, there's some quality sort of stores, isn't there? And everything.
I would definitely recommend just taking a few quid with you. Don't take much, or else you're going to end up coming home with loads of crap you don't need.
Well, you know what I'm going to do? I've got to go because I've got another checkout. I will get this finished. Just on another 1,000 steps.
Yeah,
so, did you buy anything at Ingermells?
Bought a couple of leather belts made to measure, and they were pretty good. So I don't think they are crap. I think they are good crap.
Quality crap.
Quality crap.
I mean, top notch.
Top notch crap.
What were they?
Leather belts made to measure. Because me being a rotund type.
Yeah, so well, I'm skinny, so I've had to put. I got a nail me on my belt and just whack a hole in it.
Yeah, good in there. Get yourself a leather belt made.
I've had this belt since I was 9 years old, you know. I haven't really.
You say you're big when you were 9.
No, I've got a bit of a belly since I gave up smoking in 2006, and put on a bit of weight. And how do you stay with us?
It's absolutely amazing.
Excellent.
Same as last time. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Lovely, peaceful, tranquil. Mark's breakfasts are amazing. Just everything about the site is just brilliant.
No, that's it. And all being well, you're going to help us fix a couple of.
I hope so. Yeah, we'll get these things done tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Dandy with me. I was just saying, I had me and plumbing. I know when not to do things. Definitely know when not to do things. Right, I'm going to go and say hello to one of your neighbours here because they're also viewers as well. So thank you ever so much for staying with us. Okay, right. So we've got one shy person and one not shy person.
I'm the not shy person.
You're the not shy person.
I'm the not shy dog.
And the not shy. No, good. What's the dog called? What's it called?
She's called Bracken.
She. Come on, Bracken. Come on. Oh.
Hiding behind me as usual.
How old?
She's just a year now.
A year? Oh,
and
still a young
11,
one. Right, 11. Oh, blimey, Charlie. Give me an introduction of who you are and where you come from.
I'm Steve, and my other half is Nicola. We come from Wigan originally. I'm from Bury, and Nicola's from Blackpool, or Preston, because she claims to be posh.
Blackpool. No. So you're northwest,
oh,
like
no, definitely.
yeah, northwest
yeah,
part of the.
Lives, yeah.
So did you know that Wigan and Bury are part of AGMA?
No, I didn't know.
No.
See?
You're going to see.
I have no idea what AGMA is.
No, the Association of Greater Manchester Authorities.
Ah.
Yeah, there's 10 authorities in Greater Manchester.
Yeah, I knew there was 10 authorities.
Yeah, Society on
And they all
Traffic
have
Council.
the same pension scheme run by Ashton, I think it is.
Something like that, yeah. AGMA.
Yeah.
Those who live in Manchester, and you live in one of the authorities, I bet you did not know you were in AGMA.
Yeah, like when they went to bring the congestion charges,
Oh.
and the ones like Bury and Wigan voted for it, whose pollution, there was nowhere near what it needed to be.
Yeah, but Andy Burnham, I won't go into my views on that, but on my own personal YouTube channel, if you find it, you'll find some...
It upset a lot of people who sold the camper vans and stuff, because they would have been charged 12 quid every time they drove in and out of it, and then they stopped it, and people were like, I didn't bother selling it.
So we've got general election coming up. I won't go into politics. We've got general election coming up next year, and then once the powers that bees are in, I think something will happen. But the whole of Greater Manchester, at that point in time, it was the biggest one.
Yeah.
But
I think it's still coming in Manchester, the city centre, but they closed most of that. Like Oxford Road, you can't go down between 10 and 6 and things like that.
No, Manchester, in my opinion, is wrecked. So I'm getting out of it anyway. Neil, don't do politics. Don't get angry. I'm not going to get angry.
Worse, we could talk about Dan and then we can both get angry.
This is very true.
See, I mean, he makes Yorkshiremen look bad. I know they're tight, but he's unbelievable.
Well, short arms and long pockets is what they call them, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So, is it 2 nights you've been with us, or 3 nights?
2 nights.
You've had
one more.
Yeah, one more. And how's your stay been?
It's been lovely. The dog walk's lovely out there. Because I don't know if it's a harvest moon or whatever, but it's bright even at like 4 o'clock in the morning when she gets me up to take it out.
So we just had muck spreading yesterday,
and just being in the country, isn't it?
No, we actually had a couple of negative reviews about farm activity, and it's like,
well, what do you expect in the country? You come right out in the middle, virtually in the middle of nowhere. That's what it is.
We'll ask the farmers not to harvest. So yeah.
You're always going to get that. It's like people complaining about cockerels and things. What do you expect if you go in the country? People are going to have chickens and they're going to make noise.
Of course they do. But it's been good to have you. And you had a breakfast this morning.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, was that all right with Mark?
Yeah, I wish I'd known how good it was. I'd have had one yesterday as well.
Oh, there you are.
And if he's open tomorrow, I'm having one tomorrow.
So he's closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, and funny enough, I was just saying to Mark, we will be narrowing his opening because obviously we're going quiet now.
And season's getting finished now,
so it's dunk. So right, I'm going to carry on with my day's work and everything, but it's been wonderful to have you in.
Yeah, and tell that Dan to tidy his pitch up. It's looking a bit iffy. You
know?
Oh, can't bring the site down. You know,
he's been away for a while. They are due back. So I wonder what other exploits we've got coming up.
Ooh,
I wonder who's coming to stay with us in 2 weeks.
Ooh.
I'll leave that. I'm just going to go and do the facilities, toilets and showers, get them all cleaned and nice and tidy for this afternoon's guest arrivals. But Sandra has been out with her mum. I'm going to insert a clip in a moment. But memories like this little clip coming up is the reason why I want eventually, somehow, don't know when, but somehow to give Sandra a year off so she can have a year with her mum. When we manage to move over here to Lincolnshire. So here's Sandra on a day out with her mum, and I'll let Sandra tell you where she is and everything, but I hope you enjoy this clip coming up right now.
Hiya, it's a lovely, sunny, warm Indian summer sort of day. It's the weekend. I'm here with Barbara, my mum, and we're going to have a little walk around RHS Bridgewater, which is generally just an excellent place if you do need somewhere accessible. I definitely recommend it. See you inside. We've arrived okay, we've got our tickets, and Mum decided to take up the offer that if you got membership today, she could get membership for £22, which is a really good offer. So she signed up for membership. She doesn't really like coming here. So at the moment, I'm just queuing up a bit of lunch. So the lunch is always really nice, but it's always really busy here. So, and they do pick stuff from the garden to go in the lunches. Getting hungry. What's here? Fresh sandwiches. Some nice drinks. Some lovely cakes. And some lovely hot food down there. Still queuing. There was quite a long queue, but anyway, we're here now, so it's just all the veg with the chicken there. So that's all fresh from the garden here, and then the rhubarb and strawberry is also fruit from the garden. On the counter there was apples that have been picked here as well, and there's the fresh homemade meat and potato pasta that Barbara's going to have. Yeah. So let's cook in. So we've just stepped outside the visitor centre. It was delicious food. We're well fed and watered. It was very echoey and noisy in there, so I didn't really film very much. So now that we can hear each other, I was just going to ask Mum what she thought of lunch.
I absolutely enjoyed it. I had a lovely pasty, meat and potato pasty, and I pinched some of Sandra's vegetables, and they were lovely. Yes, and we followed that with was it strawberry and rhubarb cake?
Yes,
which was really very, very nice.
Yeah.
So I feel quite plumptuous now.
So it's all really fresh cooked and really delicious, I thought.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, really lovely. So now we're going to go and look at all the lovely plants, and we might find the vegetable gardens where the vegetables are grown and brought up every morning by the wheelbarrow full, fresh for the cooks to cook on the day.
Indeed.
Yes.
So
Can't be fresher than that.
That's what the nice lady said on the reception, wasn't it?
Yes. Mm.
So all the staff have been so helpful as well, haven't they?
Oh, they have, really lovely. Yes, charming. Yes. And we hadn't realised when we signed up for membership how many places there are all over the country, north, south, east and west, Scotland, Wales. It's absolutely fantastic. So we can now come in, me and a companion. I can come free for another 12 months now.
Indeed.
Be up every week.
So there you go.
Yes.
So even in the winter, it's quite a nice place to visit, isn't it? There's different things going on all through the seasons.
Well, yes, because there's always winter planting, and it's nice to see what things do in the winter, whether they go dormant or do slow growth. So winter gardens are always fantastic, and of course there are quite a many things that actually do bloom in the winter. You know, it's surprising. I'm sure they'll have some winter gardens here, but there's so much. It takes us a long time to find where everything is. Lovely. Yes.
And in case anyone was wondering, yes, it is the same hat, and yes, my mum has pinched it already.
Oh, that didn't take me long, did it?
So until Mum's hat turns up, it's on long-term loan, I think.
Yes, definitely.
So this is the first stop. So we just walked away from the visitor centre, and this is what is called the Chinese Streamside Garden. So it says the Chinese Streamside Garden is set to be a truly remarkable horticultural and landscape initiative. A unique fusing with the best of British and Chinese gardening traditions, and the garden is coming to life thanks to a successful collaboration between the local Chinese community, horticultural experts based in China and team members from the RHS. The design and installation of the garden will be completed in coming years, carefully themed around the 4 seasons, a traditional Chinese statement of design, with each individual garden element being implemented with equal care and cooperation, creating a unique setting to British gardens and a stunning legacy for generations. A stream forms the spine of the garden, flowing through 7 acres of mixed woodland and meadowland, from Ellesmere Lake to Moonbridge Water. As you walk the winding paths and cross the various bridges, you will see the ongoing work in the garden. And awaiting you at the northern head of the stream is the stunning Chinese water garden. So we came here probably even 2 years ago now, Mum, was it, when we came before?
About 18 months, I think.
Quite a while ago. So yeah, we thought we'd come back and Mum wanted to see how it's all going up here.
Yes.
So up on the bridge, so this is the stream that was in the plaque that I was just reading out, so you can see rather beautiful stream sound going into a little lake. You see Barbara, of course, and then upstream, very gentle flowing stream, and then the path weaves around. You've got different garden sections, so it's very much work in progress. So this is the next bit of information about the Chinese Streamside garden. Just turn that around so you can see.
Touch screen to take photo.
So it says, this ambitious centrepiece of the Chinese Streamside garden is destined to become a scholar's garden, inspired by similar historic gardens in Yangzhou, a garden that includes all of the key cultural components commonplace in traditional Chinese design. Designed to harmonise and integrate within its rural and wooded setting, while still evoking the true spirit of a classical Chinese garden character. Iconic buildings will emerge in the coming years, and the views that will be present in the future are represented in the bamboo stands in the area of the garden. So there will be a stunning complex of traditional Chinese buildings central to the design, understanding in Chinese culture that one can give up materialistic pursuits but cannot tolerate a life away from nature. What do you think, Mum?
Sounds good.
There you go. And this is an artist's impression as to what the pavilion might look like when it's finished. Very nice. And we're a little bit further up the stream here. It's looking so nice and peaceful. Some late flowers. Barbara into a rather fine pagoda. Isn't that lovely? And look to the stream side. Looking really lovely. It's definitely filled in since last time we were here. So we're at the top of the Streamside area, and looking further up there's quite a big lake which probably used to be the boating lake of the original estates here. It's quite large. The far end of the estate is not developed at all at the moment. And then looking down, it's got this lovely meandering stream and all sorts of lovely vegetation, and yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's coming along well, I would say. So it says here on the information sign this was Ellesmere Lake. So you can see the picture of the original house, which I'm guessing would have been up on the hillside up that way, I guess. So this is early plans showed 2 ponds much smaller than the current Ellesmere Lake. The hall is indeed gone. Yeah. So I'm sure there are some plans for developing that area. I'm not too sure what they are, but yeah, it's very peaceful up here, isn't it? When you drive in, you can see the original gates just all quite dilapidated at the moment, and they're quite run down. It's funny when these grand old places aren't grand anymore. So many changes. So we've had a lovely day here pottering around, and it's been warm, sunny, I would even dare say bordering hot and dry. just pulled it. So there's quite a lot of disabled parking, but a lot of, because it's so accessible, a lot of disabled visitors. So we've had to scurry out of our parking place because another gentleman wanted to park there. We needed space. But I just want to quickly show you just how lush. Well, so this is a cycle parking as well, and how lush and green even the car park is. It's all been left to go quite wild, which frankly is how some of us like it. Anyway, one thing Leila and I will probably never agree on. Anyway, so yeah, so we're about to scoot off home. So Mum's just been adjusting herself and getting settled. So how have you found it, Mum? Have you had a nice time?
I've had an absolutely lovely time. The perfect way to spend a lovely summer's day. Don't care if it is September, it's still been a summer's day.
It has.
Yes, it really has. Yeah. Yes.
Anyway, so I hope you've enjoyed our little trip around RHS Bridgewater, which is not far from Salford, sort of near Worsley, roughly. Anyway, do look it up. If you're in the area at all, it's definitely worth a visit. And
Yes.
Have a good week. Bye for now.
Right, I've got a bit sidetracked here, Mark. I meant to be doing the loos. What we fixing, Mark? What we fixing?
Broken rope.
A broken rope. Now then, come on, camera, Mark. Come behind me. Don't stand. Be careful. Watch where we're going. We've got a broken rope.
Yep.
So you managed to use the rake to pull the rope out. Can you guess, if you're watching this now, before we show you, can you guess what rope has broken and what we're fixing? I bet they can't guess, can they? No, should we give a little right? So we've got this thing here and this thing here, and this rope had come off, the screw had rusted, and I'm going to put a second one in here. Got to be very careful where I'm standing, Mark. What's between my legs, Mark? A pile of what? And this here, folks, is it's a nice smelling septic tank. You can't smell, can you?
Oh, well, no.
So somebody on pitch number 16 last week complimented how nice our septic tank smells.
That's right, yeah. Hair drops.
Pear drops. So we've got a neutraliser, and definitely this year this has definitely not smelt as much as it has in the past. And we've got those muck munchers, ship munchers. So basically we're going to put this onto here, and then what can happen when we lift the manhole cover off? You know, say manhole, is that sexist?
I bet it's still standard.
You sure?
Yeah.
I could say woman-hole cupboard, could you? Woman-hole cover, could you? Person cover.
Get offended, wouldn't they?
God, anyway, I'm going to be sexist. I'm going to do the manhole cover. It's got a piece of rope on it, and then this one here, this thing here, you see, basically sits on the septic tank as a bit of a seal, keep the smell in. So we need to get on with that. It's great. It's great, this Warden in Malarkey, isn't it? You never know from one day to
Great
another
fun.
what we're going to
Great
do,
fun.
do you?
Yeah.
We never know.
do
Piece
we?
of engineering, right, Mark? Go on. Lift it up. Lift it up. Pull. Don't pull it like that. You'll break the cone. There you go. That's it. Yeah, brilliant. Go back down again. So if you stay here at the nurseries and you see this manhole cover, you'll notice that cone possibly needs replacing. There's a cone on that, and the reason being was last year, and we don't know how, but one afternoon that was open. We don't know whether somebody's had a nosy in it or somebody walked over it, and that's basically don't walk on it. And that's what these white markers are, to stop people driving up here as well. Job well done, Mark. I think I'm better washing my hands, don't you?
Yeah, I bet the best.
You get, what's that disease you get off rats and things? Somebody on here is going to be worried about my health. I'm going to die.
Bowers disease.
That's the one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't want
Don't
any
think
of
there's
that.
any rats down there though.
No, they'd be drowned, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Right, let's put my tools
Cracking on,
away.
Mark,
Aren't we? We're cracking on. What are we cracking on with? After having our head down a cesspit.
Yeah. Straight edges.
Straight edges. So these pitches we have on the Astro Turf, on our campsite, they are blessed because we've got Astro Turf down, which is absolutely amazing. So our pitches always look green, even in a summer like last year when all the grass is all dead, and they don't get muddy. and there's no grass cuttings and all the rest of it, and you can peg out awnings and there's such on it. But because we've been so busy and we'll have a very short window to turn things over, it's been very hard to stop some of the encroaching grass that's been coming onto the Astro Turf. So what we're going to do, how many have we done so far, Mark? We've done 16, 15, 14, 1 and 3. Yeah, something like that. So over the next week or so, we'll get Mark and myself, we'll sort of badger on, as well as the grass cutting. And if this goes to plan, I think we'll be done by the end of the week, this time next week, Mark, and then we can start the edges.
Yeah, it should be.
Hey, come on, what do you reckon? You reckon we can do it?
Yeah, because some of them are not as bad as the others, so...
Right, so I'm going to go and grab myself a pork pie. I've run out of salad. I've eaten healthy for 2 days. I've got a bit of beetroot to eat. Pork pie, beetroot, and maybe a couple of bits of salami on a bit of bread. That'll be healthy, won't it?
That's all right.
Yeah.
I don't know salami, but...
Yeah, I don't mind salami. And I've got 12 sausages to cook as well. Right, put a few things away and look out at the gate. Beautiful day here at the nurseries where it never rains. And hello John, my boss, who's been over today for a visit. Very happy with everything. Rash. Oh, what are you doing? You just tried jumping up and you fell off. Oh, bouncy. How are you? Have you been a good girl? I've come to get myself some dinner. Have you been good? Hey, what have you been doing? Have you been a good girl? Have a treat. There you go. Right, my salad bowl is empty, so I'm fueled by a pork pie. I'm going to finish off this tub of beetroot salad. Have a sit down for 15 minutes or so and crack on for the afternoon. What sort of time are we going to be finished at? I've got no idea. Right, I've pretty well cut all the touring area and the grass this week has definitely 100% definitely slowed down the to how much it was growing the last few weeks. So whether that's, I don't know, the less lights in the day, drop in temperature, but definitely slower growing. One arrival to go and 5 minutes of grass cutting left to do, and we will then have covered all of the touring area, every little bit of it. So I'm going to do that. I'll give you a quick look around the site, going around from pitch number 1 to 9, I think. Empty my grass box, put the mower away, and I'm going to get myself a nice... It's a beautiful day here at the nurseries, and I'm going to have an ice cream, and I think I'll end this vlog here, and I hope you've enjoyed that, and nice to meet some people that are staying with us. And I've got 1, 2, I think 3 new watchers, viewers, subscribers that have come on this afternoon. You never know, we might have a chat with them as well at some stage. Look after yourselves, everybody.